All right, so I'm Jeff Smith,
And I'm Soren Stein.
and we're representing SPU Baja Racing. I'll start off with a little video here for you. It's from the Apollo launch.
15 seconds, guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9, ignition sequence start.
Pretty exciting time in our history. If you guys are super jazzed or amped about this, then you're actually probably in the wrong place. We're from Seattle. My name is Jeff Smith. It's not Jeff Bezos. We're not here to take you guys to the moon, but we're here to take you on the drive of your dreams.
So as a quick overview of our presentation, we're going to start off with product, as is the basis of our profitability. We'll then go on to manufacturing with subcategories such as location, the process, and inventory strategy. Then on to sales, and then marketing. Without a stellar product doesn't mean anything if we can't convince the consumer to purchase it. And then lastly, we're going to end with profitability.
So when we talk about our product a little bit, this is the SPU 71 Blackbird. It's a prototype vehicle. It's a single-seater luxury recreational vehicle. It's powered by a torquey 10 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motor, weighs just a little over 450 pounds, and our starting selling price is $12,000. Now, let me talk a little bit more about what makes our product unique in this utility vehicle market. It's equipped with a cutting brake. This is a mechanical assembly that allows the user to lock the rear left or right wheel, increasing maneuverability, letting the car swing around through corners. It's also equipped with telemetry technology so that the customer is able to, after say going for a joyride or maybe racing their vehicle, they'll be able to check their speed specs, some acceleration, cornering statistics, and all that sort of fun stuff. Now our vehicle is also equipped with fully adjustable air springs. This gives the user the ability to stiffen up the ride for a little more sporty if they're going on tarmac racing, or they can loosen it up for heavier terrain. And then we're also offering a custom paint option. We expect 30% of our users to go with this option. After looking through some statistics and surveys, the average utility vehicle owner spends $2,000 in options and upgrades. So we feel like this is an upgrade that our customers will fully enjoy.
So that's what makes our product unique, but what makes us unique? So we pride ourselves in being Seattle through and through. So not only is our headquarters in Seattle, our manufacturers in Seattle, and so is our warehouse. We also want to keep the jobs within the United States, while also steering away from trade regulations that are hard to predict during the Trump administrations. While we realize that U.S. manufacturing is generally more expensive, we think this is something that our consumer will like, because we're providing quality and excellent, not some tinfoil wheels. We also are highly affected by our Pacific Northwest ruggedness. So like other Seattle companies like REI and Brooks Sports, we want to apply this outdoorsy lifestyle to our company and our product. See, our product really shows Seattle with this Pacific Northwest ruggedness. And lastly, we want to create a high ethical standard with our company by providing our employees with a living wage. We know that providing this with this wage will lead to employee loyalty and lead to increasing brand strength. So we want our employees to be prideful in where they work. So for our manufacturing plan, we're going to order our supplies in bulk, expecting 4,000 units per year. We will be buying the supplies straight from the same people over and over again to produce better loyalty and then increase brand strength. Our location will be in Seattle, and so is our subcontractor. So this will help us cut down on costs of delivering the vehicles back and forth, our raw materials, just cutting down costs and all. For our inventory strategy, we're using a forklift and a sort of shelving strategy to stack our vehicles 3 high, cutting down our square footage by 3 times. This will again help us cut down space and cost for our inventory. We will organize the vehicles by if they're waiting on custom paint or not, and we will be tracking the inventory using a warehouse manager.
As Soren mentioned, we're subcontracting our manufacturing out to Burdell Machining, just south of Seattle, located in Renton, Washington. Again, it's only 45 minutes away from warehouse, cutting down on that shipping cost. We chose Burdell for a couple reasons. A, they're just equipped with the machinery to manufacture the vehicle in the warehouse size. We also, again, talking about the high ethical standard, Burdell being located in the Puget Sound area, 90% of their power supply is hydroelectric, something that we care about, something that our customers really care about is a clean, energy-produced product. This is a recommended manufacturing plan. Burdell obviously makes some adjustments to that, but that's just a high overview of how the car will be made.
So for sales of a product of this size and weight, we realize that transportation to retailers can be very difficult. That's why we're going to put a big emphasis on online sales. So on our website, we'll have a 3D CAD design, high definition pictures, and lots of videos for our consumer to view before purchase. We'll also be selling directly to the customer to cut out the middleman. We think that going through like a retailer, a wholesaler, or both is just too many steps and unnecessary for selling our product. And then for delivery to our customer, we will be using a successful Seattle startup called Convoy Trucking. So they use a trucking service where the truck drivers bid on how low they will do a load for, and then this will help us cut down on costs of delivery while also giving us the quality that we expect and deserve. So as a little visualization of our sales, our production, excess inventory, you'll see that our units sold is going up each year with the blue. We have the production at a steady rate and our excess inventory. So it's a little hard to view, so this is a little different way. The blue lines are sales again, and the gray lines are excess inventory. So as you see, it's unsustainable because we run out of inventory at year 5. So that's why around year 4, we want to increase production to meet our sales.
So let's talk a little bit about our market. Who's going to be buying this vehicle? Who do we want to sell to? I've done some research, and this person is probably going to be between the ages of 25 to 54, making around $150,000. And we want to call this person Ricky Bobby. Now, let me paint you the picture for Ricky Bobby. Ricky is an all-American man. He daily drives a Pontiac Firebird. It's his baby girl, loves it to death. His favorite song is Made in America by Toby Keith. And he loves the outdoors. He takes his family on vacations in the recreation vehicle, and he loves hunting. We really think that our product is going to fill a void in Ricky's life.
So now that we know who our target market is generally, we'll talk about the communication strategies. So communication with Ricky is a little bit different than communication with Jeff or I. This is because we're going to focus on not only recent trends in marketing like social media marketing and viral marketing. We're going to go more of a focus on classic forms of marketing, such as TV advertisements, racing showcases, NASCAR decals, and targeted ads. We believe that this is the best way of reaching Ricky. We also budgeted 2% of our net sales for advertisements, which is about $500,000 for year 1 and around $630,000 for year 2, increasing each year after. So now that we know our target market and our communication strategies, we can track our customer journey. So our advertisements and presence at NASCAR events is our awareness. Consideration will then come from seeing the vehicle shred through the dirt and just viewing our vehicle on the website in different ways. Acquisition will be them contacting us regarding placing an order, and if they want to go with the custom paint option. Service will be them contacting us again and about why we chose what part we did, something's going wrong, or while we hope not, returning it if it doesn't meet expectations. And lastly, loyalty. So loyalty is them showing their vehicle off to their friends and family, and then giving us that free source of marketing called word of mouth.
Now for profitability, Burdell Machining is manufacturing this. They quoted us about just under $9,000 per unit. So we decided we want to sell the vehicle at $12,000. This gives us 25% gross margin. And this is just a luxury vehicle. We believe we can set this margin. We want to be the Mercedes-Benz of this market. We want people to recognize our logo, recognize our product, and then also know that our customers are willing to pay a little bit higher price for something that's manufactured in America. It's not shipping from overseas, and it's not going to fall apart.
And so for our recommended investment, we are going to start with a first round of sales through like friends and family, getting investments, and then we're going to go through a bank loan. And then from you guys, we kind of want to get a $3 million investment in which we'll be able to get a return on investment of $9 million by year 4. And while it does seem steep, they won't be able to hinder us and our ability to keep production going, and we believe they'll be easily able to give you that return on investment. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. So starting with some questions. Are you planning on having any like physical touch points for the consumer to take a look at the vehicle? Cause otherwise for something relatively, in the luxury market, it's hard to just have somebody look at it online and then say, I'm gonna be willing to pop down 12 grand just from looking at something online.
Totally. So that was kind of like our biggest worry about the online sales. So that's why kind of we went for those NASCAR showcases, the racing showcases. So like at NASCAR events, we would bring our vehicle to them, and they have millions and millions of people that go to these events to watch races. And so then there they'd be able to see the vehicle and like touch the vehicle and sit in it, or really any way they'd like.
Have you had any initial conversations with NASCAR for sponsorship or being able to have a spot there?
Just upon research, we just did some research into statistics of like how much it costs to put a 6x12 sticker on a vehicle or to have a place at one of those events. But we actually contacted them.
But you looked into it, right?
Yeah. So we looked into it. I think, and that goes in. It was a 2%. Well, 2% is the total, but it makes up like almost 50% of that total marketing budget.
Do you know the NASCAR, well, I mean, I guess we've just been listening to NASCAR, but how well do you understand like that target market and, comparing that to the luxury product that you wanna sell?
Yeah. So I mean, basically, we're not looking for like it's kind of like the high end NASCAR like viewer, I guess you'd say, just the consumer. So like that's kind of the people we're more pushing towards. Because we realize that lots of people just watch it on TV and stuff, but we're trying to go more for the people that would like actually go to the events and then pay the money to do that. So we believe those are more the people that would have the money to then spend on our product.
We have a population breakdown. I think it comes down to about 1 million people that reach that target market. And again, something that we did in research and found is that NASCAR fans have like this huge brand loyalty. So if they see that brand on a NASCAR, it's like 40% of viewers are willing to change like their loyalty to that brand.
What's the current breakdown on other brand of ATVs that would have these type of price tier, and what is their selling? How are they selling?
Yeah, so like Polaris and Yamaha, like some of those bigger manufacturers, utility vehicles, part of it manufacturing overseas, and a couple other things, but they're able to sell at a lower price, which is kind of why we went for like more of the luxury market, more customizable options for the customer. Polaris has those things available, but we want to give that to the consumer like right up front and not have, I guess, selling that initially, not having it as an upgradable piece.
No, I'm more specifically asking about who is your competitor in that price tier?
In the luxury market.
Right, or are there no such product currently available from other brands?
A lot of it would be like really high end like products by those people. So the ones that they have like with the added suspension, or added like roll gauge, or like
So it would be like Polaris's top model.
Like top
so
model.
like yeah.
Right, and what is the market share of that type of vehicle versus, their lower end? What I'm asking is, when you're saying you want 4,000 units a year, how many is
What
Polaris
piece of
selling
pie is
in that tier?
Yeah. I'm not too sure, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. And what type of market research have you done to get the customer opinion on, if I'm selling to you a NASCAR branded ATV for $12,000, how likely are you to buy it? And is it a payment plan, or do you want 50% down payment? And what's the actual research feedback?
Yes, so our group from last year did a survey that we kind of based ours off of, that found that people were kind of willing to pay for this 12,000. And then as for like the pricing, we were looking for either the all up front. We realized that that's kind of steep to give 12,000 without getting the vehicle in hand. So we're kind of doing like the 50-50. So you pay for 50 of it, and then on receiving the vehicle, you get the other 50% of it. If that answers your question.
Okay. On comparison, let's say you have a Polaris product for the similar spec. What would they sell for roughly?
It's around the same.
Yeah, for their highest end,
Highest
it's
end.
actually like 18,000.
Yeah.
So we come under that. But those are side by sides. Those are 2-seaters. They don't have a luxury single seater setup quite like ours. So they get a little bit larger. So that counts for a portion of the price. But 18,000.